Yo, what's happening? It is your boy Earth Mac, the mad scientist.
Hey, what up? It's your boy Boogie, and I'm new here. What's up?
This is Orange Phoenix Nerd Talk Live, man. Listen, if you have been following us from day one, and Boogie Blendz is not a stranger to the show. Like before, we had a YouTube channel. We had Podbean, which was all audio, and Boogie Blendz was giving us the laughs and everything else in between with his famous stories.
Was that like 2020?
That was
2021.
Yeah, that had to be 2020. That was around like COVID time.
Yeah, actually. It was. Yeah,
like people needed a vibe, and we were that vibe. Like we gave it to them like every single morning. Like, you know, during the week, myself, you, Thanos Rick, Detroit Blue, like giving them the news. So every single Thursday at 7 p.m. Eastern time, we will have Nerd Talk Live to talk about our latest and greatest news when it comes to the geekdom world. And shout out to our patrons out there. We had a drawing yesterday, and shout out to MF_Smitty. And my boy here, he won this joint right here, Pat Labor, the OVA series.
Okay.
Yeah. So shout out to that. So Pat Labor's not on Crunchyroll, not on Hulu, not on Netflix, none of them joints, right?
You gotta find that. You gotta find that. You gotta go out your way.
Easily gotta find that. So if you're not subscribed to the Patreon, you go ahead and subscribe to the Patreon, because every other month we do have these drawings. So these conventions that we visit, these anime conventions, we tend to buy some cool shit. You know, whether it's like Blu-ray DVDs or some figures like you're seeing right here, you know, or some manga like you're seeing right here. Like we tend to buy some stuff. You know what I'm saying? And most cases we give this stuff away because we got too much of it. So, and it's an appreciation for you guys. And also every other month, you're guaranteed Orange Phoenix magazine, which the first issue of the year comes out this month. So chock full of stuff, man. But
full of them?
Chock full of shit. You know what I mean?
I don't know. Maybe I'll throw one of these in next. One of these. One of these goes.
What I'm looking like, man? What's that over there? What is that over there?
Man, I got some hits over here, bro.
Okay,
I got some bangers over here. I got let me see. Let me give y'all a good one real quick. Let me I'll give you one. This one is I'll probably get about $40 for each of these. But this is ungraded now, raw. So this is an SSR trainer right here, Erica's invitation. So it's like the waifu vibe is a big thing. You know what I'm saying? And like it sucks that it doesn't really go off of like the design of the card.
Yeah.
Because there's some cards that look hard, bro, but they're just like not worth anything. And it's crazy. Yeah, it's common, exactly. And then this Pikachu right here.
Oh, you got a Pikachu card?
This Pikachu right here.
You're really trying to give that away, dog? You really trying to give that to me?
I'm just saying, maybe I got something in here that you know. Look, I'll tell you what. I'll give away this trainer card right here.
Okay. So I will say this. In March, we definitely will have another drawing, and I got some cool shit too. So if we could do a bundle for our patrons out there, collab, you might win not just one, but a couple things, and we'll mail this thing to you. But you have to subscribe to our Patreon. and it's only $5 a month if you want just the magazine and just enter into the drawing every other month. And if you are on the $15 tier, you get the magazine, you get into the drawing, and also you get our recorded content first before it gets on YouTube. And also in the future, any other content that we do that's like one of those private ones just for you guys, it goes straight to you and will not air on YouTube. So you have access to all that shit. You know what I'm saying? So, but shout out to MF_Smitty. But Boogie, we got some news out here. We got some news out here this week, we do, man. And we might as well get down to the nitty gritty. And this just in, actually, and per CBR.com, X-Men 97 finally gets a date, man. Boogie, how you feel about that, my boy?
I like it. I love it. I love that it's not being all released at once. I think it's 10 episodes?
Yeah, 10 episodes.
I think it is. It's 10 episodes they got for Disney Plus. And like, I don't know, there's just certain songs that you get stuck in your head, and that take you back to a certain time in your life. You start smelling certain smells all of a sudden. You start tasting certain foods. You start seeing certain walls around you real quick. Like the nostalgia, especially in something like Apple Jacks, exactly. The nostalgia is something like this is something that is going to bring, I think, a lot of people like comfort, actually. You know what I'm saying? It's like just going back and being able to vibe and watch something that's obviously remastered is awesome.
Yeah, so for what I understood for X-Men 97, when I talked to Eric and Julia Lewald, because they were the showrunners for the original series for X-Men the animated series, and they were brought in as consultants for X-Men 97. This is a continuation of X-Men the animated series. So if you remember how X-Men the animated series ended, it ended with Charles Xavier going with the Shi'ar, and Magneto and the X-Men were just watching him go, and that was it. And what a lot of people don't realize is that X-Men was supposed to end after the first season. That was supposed to be it. You know what I mean? And then they wanted more seasons. And it was supposed to end twice, if I remember correctly. After the fourth season, where it's Beyond Good and Evil, where it was Apocalypse and he was getting all the telepaths together and all that stuff, that was supposed to be it. They told me that 4 X-Men was supposed to leave and 4 new X-Men was supposed to come, and that's how that was supposed to end. Like, it was supposed to do a swap, and Bishop and his sister was supposed to be the 2 out of the 4 that was going to join the X-Men, and that was going to be the end of the season. Wild, right?
Oh,
yeah.
So this right here is the continuation.
Continuation, yep, absolutely.
Yeah, this is new. This came out like today.
Yeah,
like an hour ago, ain't it?
Yes, I mean literally. So it says the 10 episode season will reportedly premiere on Disney Plus in mid to late March 2024. It says X-Men 97, first announced by Marvel Studios in November 2021, will be a continuation of the beloved X-Men animated series, which ran on Fox Kids for 5 seasons and 76 episodes, and between October 92 and September 97. And it's confirmed it's set several months after the series finale, Graduation Day, with Mr. Sinister set as the show's primary antagonist. While plot details are being kept largely under wraps, it has been confirmed that Magneto will be joining the titular team in Professor X's absence, and the attempt on Charles Xavier's life in the original series finale has led us to this wave of increased sympathy. So Mr. Sinister is the big bad, and Magneto joins the X-Men.
And that's interesting, right? Because this is right on the heels of the of Deadpool 3, isn't it? So Deadpool 3, I think, is supposed to be coming out later on this year.
Yes.
And I think that's going to be the first live action X-Men movie by Marvel Studios.
Yeah, it's supposed to be rated R, and rumor has it that it's going to be other X-Men characters from like the Fox series, the Fox movies rather, in the movie. And Ryan Reynolds got free reign to do what he wants. And from what I understood and from what I read and what we both read is that this will put the MCU back on the map because, you know, let's be fruitful now. After Thanos, people kind of got burned out and people got impatient. But we both know after this big build up, after this big battle, you can't just easily jump into something else like right away. You know what I'm saying? You got to take your time to breathe for a second to build itself back up. Some people don't have the patience for that.
You talking about like for a new trilogy?
Yeah.
You're talking about, is that what you mean? Like a new trilogy?
Not well, that new series, new characters and stuff like that. And it's like, well, it's kind of hard to relate to those characters. But initially, I mean, we didn't relate to the characters in the beginning.
It definitely is better to segue. I feel like it's definitely better to segue these characters and like just gradually, you know, introduce them to the audience. Because like I think there's a lot of people too that just kind of follow the movies and never really followed the comics, never really followed or never really played the games, never watched the series back in the day or anything, that are just watching the movies and trying to get into it. And I think like kind of introducing these characters little by little is keeping everybody interested and it's keeping movies coming out. You know what I'm saying? So and so with that, it's like, it makes sense.
Yeah, perfect sense. Like, now I got a question for you, though.
Yeah.
This gonna be a hard joint. Hard question. You only got to pick one.
Okay.
X-Men the animated series or Batman the animated series?
I'm gonna go with Batman. I'm gonna go with the Bat. I don't even think that's close either. Like I love X-Men. Like X-Men was dope. But Batman was in a league of his own. I feel like in the day, it's like I was even catching myself like walking like the characters from the Batman animated series and shit. Me and my brother used to walk around with them, bro. And like the movies, everything. I don't know. I think that Batman animated series is probably like the best animated series of all time.
I can't argue that.
I mean that and everything that comes with it. You know, Joker. Yeah. All of the movies are fire. Batman Beyond. Phantasm. Fire. Mask of the Phantasm. Fire. It was all fire.
Kevin Conroy, you know, God bless his soul. He's, I mean, him and Mark Hamill, man, they made Batman the animated series. Like it was dark. It's how it was supposed to be. Mm-hmm. I mean, they was using guns. I don't know who gave them the green light to just go balls to the wall with that series, but they did. And it couldn't give X-Men that same type of treatment because Wolverine only punched Cyclops in the stomach once. That was the only time there was physical contact between one person and another because it was warranted. He punched Cyclops. He's like, listen, next time I'm gonna use these claws, dog. Like you left my boy out here.
Right. But that's crazy. Is that true?
Yeah, that's the only time physical contact was like made. Like someone getting punched or whatever. If you really pay attention to the Spider-Man the animated series, no one really got punched like that. Or it didn't highlight it. You know what I'm saying? Or they did like a camera switch or something. Because the sensors went kind of crazy.
So what was it? Was it like a brand? I don't remember. Like how did they get it? Were they just evading each other? I have to go back and watch this because I feel like in my mind I've seen him kicking ass.
Well, Wolverine legitimately punched Cyclops. You saw that. Like he walked up to that man and bop, like as soon as he got off the plane. And then that was the only time that you actually saw that. And then after that,
that's crazy.
You know, Wolverine was chopping up Sentinels. He was chopping up something that was mechanical. Like it emphasized how his claws can cut through shit without flesh. So it kind of kept that. But Batman though, Batman was throwing hands.
Yeah, Batman was throwing hands. Everybody was getting it, and it was fun to watch. Even the fight scenes were all just like well made.
Yeah.
The road of motion on it was great.
Mm-hmm. Now with X-Men is my favorite Saturday morning cartoon of all time. Period. Like bar none. But putting my fandom aside, I'm gonna have to give it to Batman the animated series though. That is the better one. Like for sure. Those was my top two. But my top three was Spider-Man, X-Men, Batman. Not in that order.
That's fair. I guess it's subjective, you know what I'm saying? But I mean, in my opinion, yeah, I think is Batman also. Like, I mean, X-Men is that's a good argument.
Yeah. But now, speaking of DC, man, we got some DC news out here, and that is James Gunn finds his Supergirl. Bro, I need to know how you feel about this, man, because I got some. I feel a kind of way.
I do. You know, I'm gonna. Initially, me too. Initially, I was like, man, I don't know. Like, I don't even know. I don't envision her personally, right? But then I think about this last Batman movie that came out. Right. And I was like, man, this is gonna be trash. Yeah. But that shit was fire. You know what I mean? When I thought about Ben Affleck, like, I know mad people hated Ben Affleck as Batman. We talked about this before on the Podbean show. I love Ben Affleck as Batman. I think he's an awesome Batman.
I don't hate him. I don't hate him. Yeah.
You know, and so like, but I was super optimistic whenever he first jumped on. You know what I mean? And so there was a few times where I was just like, bro, I don't know. And they came in there and it ended up being fire. So like, I'm looking at it right now, right? And the more I look at it, the more I'm like, maybe. But then so in House of the Dragons. In House of the Dragons, she played Rhaenyra's Targaryen, right? Yep. And she did, to me, what I thought to be a really awesome job. I thought she did great in House of the Dragons. And if that's any indication of what she's going to do, especially with the production as big as House of Dragons, right? Like, that's that's a big time production. That's some high vis shit, right? Yeah. So for them to bypass the others that she bypassed to get into the show, it's crazy. It beat out Emilia Jones and Meg Donnelly.
Yeah, that's saying something, man. And for the listeners out there, we're talking about her name is Millie Alcock. Millie Alcock. And I mean, she kind of sort of fit the bill to be Supergirl. But here's the thing with me. When the Flash movie came out, the Flash movie wasn't bad, but people shitted on it because of one person, and it was Ezra Miller. So everybody else suffered because of this crazy ass dude. And I don't think people kind of like understand, like, you need to recast him and this, that, and the third. And I was like, if you recast him, that means you're gonna have to do a whole bunch of reshoots, and we probably just now got that movie, or maybe next year got that movie. Right. And it's already past the window of James Gunn taking over, right? So, and I didn't go to see that mofo. I went to go see Michael Keaton as Batman one more again. Yeah. You know, but Sasha Calle as Supergirl, she killed that shit.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah,
she killed that.
I don't know. I'm gonna go in it with an open mind. Yeah. I'm gonna be super receptive to it. But I don't know. I feel like it could easily go way wrong.
Man, listen, we talking thin ice right here, man. Like, DC is on thin ice.
Facts. And like Wonder Woman.
Yeah. 884? You talking about 84?
Both of them. Both of them to me. Yeah. Were sub sevens.
Oh my god. Hold on now.
Sub sevens.
Now the first Wonder Woman was actually decent. The first Wonder Woman was actually good. The cinematography and everything was good. WW84, that was dumpster juice. That was landfill.
Way dumpster juice. I don't know, man. Like, it was just weird seeing Wonder Woman like making every single decision she was making based off of some eggplant. You know what I mean? Like, I was like, come on, you know what I mean? Do something for yourself.
Kill that man.
It was just like it was it was so hard to watch, man. And then the second one, bro, don't even get me started. We all know.
Yeah,
we all know.
Of course.
Other than that, like I was like, they've been on thin ice with me. Suicide Squad 2 was hard.
Yes, the Suicide Squad was.
That was dope.
Yeah, that was on point.
Birds of Prey was sus.
Yeah. You know what? Low key, I kind of liked it.
It was good. Yeah. Birds of Prey was good.
But
I don't know, man. You're right. DC's on thin ice. You're right. Justice League, man. They had a comeback.
Yeah. Talking about Zack Snyder's, right? Like
Zack Snyder's. Okay. Yeah, it was better.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I maybe just damage control. I don't know, man. It was like because some things like Star Wars, right? Like some things you just got to go back, you got to fix it real quick, and it doesn't come out the way you'd like. But you play with the cards you're dealt with.
Yeah, I think with James Gunn's success with the Suicide Squad and Peacemaker, I think they're like, okay, this is our guy, right? Like this is the person. You know what I'm saying? Because what he did for Guardians of the Galaxy, like the first, like the 3 volumes,
incredible.
Like you never heard of these people, like out the mainstream comics, but now you buying Guardians of the Galaxy comics, and people don't realize Guardians of the Galaxy been around since way back in the day, like 60s, 70s. You know what I mean?
Right.
So, they just now getting educated on that, and James Gunn do have a habit of getting obscure characters from, the lore to bring them up to the forefront, or bring them up to light, because those characters in the Suicide Squad was obscure characters, minus Harley Quinn and, Boomerang. But other than that, though, like what he did with Peacemaker, obscure character. But you know who he is now. He's in MK1, which is low tier compared. We're going to talk about that later. But anyway, you know what I'm saying? So, and according to the reports on IGN, it says that she's going to make an appearance in Superman Legacy, which, James Gunn already have a casting for that. And Green Lantern is going to be in Superman Legacy as well. So it's not just going to be Superman. It's going to be other heroes in there. So I'm intrigued.
I've always loved Green Lantern.
Yeah. Never got his shine in the mainstream movies.
No. Yeah. And none of the movies did him any justice either.
No. Ryan Reynolds, you saw what he did in Deadpool 2. He shot himself. So you know what I mean? So
they were bad movies.
Very, very bad movies. So I got faith in the live action. Now the animated joints, like the animated DC movies,
right?
Top tier.
Facts.
On point with the MCU live movies. I'm like, how hard is it to get the writers from the DC animated movies to come over and write for, it's easy stuff right there.
How hard is it? Facts, though.
And they are.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah, for real. You're already there. You know the right people already. You already doing it.
Yeah. All day, man. But we'll see what happens with
imagine if Killing Joke was a live action.
Bro.
I mean, you know what I'm saying?
The world ain't ready for that. The world ain't ready for that. They ain't ready for that. They ain't ready for the most sadistic, some of the most sadistic sides of the Joker. They ain't ready for that.
Yeah, and how it ends.
And how it ends, exactly. And I was like, wait, we confused. Did he laugh?
What happened? Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So, going to our next thing here. From entertainment to gaming. My boy, you already know what's happening. Mm-hmm. Dragon Ball Z, Sparking Zero, did it deliver the goods?
What you think?
In that trailer? I think it did. I think it did, bro. I think it did.
I would agree. Bro, let me tell you. Okay, go ahead.
Oh, no. You got it.
So like last year,
the
year before that, I PC game.
Yes.
Right, I'm a PC gamer. I don't own a PS5. I don't own a PlayStation or a Xbox, or any of that. I just got my computer.
Yeah.
And I grew up. I played like 2 whole summers playing nothing but Budokai Tenkaichi 2.
Yeah.
2 full summers playing with my friends in his basement, playing nothing but Budokai Tenkaichi 2.
Yep.
Listening to Hybrid Theory and Meteora, those 2 albums on repeat to that game, and for 2 whole summers, and it was the most fun I've ever had with a video game. That Tenkaichi 2, Budokai Tenkaichi 2,
yeah,
is top 3 games of my life.
Man, look at
Love
Budokai Tenkaichi. That's top tier right there. I mean, the amount of characters that you had in that game is ridiculous.
Crazy.
Like, you know what I'm saying?
It was like, it's crazy.
Crazy. Like the most minute of characters. And Berta, I use Berta all the time. And like
Berta's a problem.
Berta's a problem.
He's broken.
You know what I'm saying?
He's broken. Yeah, he's busted.
Very broken. So I use Berta and Jace. Jace is my favorite Ginyu out of all of them. Like I always wanted Jace to be in a fight game.
You love the whole Ginyu.
Yeah, but Jace is my favorite though. I'm to this day, I'm trying to find a Jace action figure. That's what I want. I want a Jace Dragon Ball Z action figure. I can just have that joint sitting up. And when this was first announced, this was announced at the Game Awards, if I'm not mistaken. And they dropped this trailer, a couple of days ago. And you see Goku and Vegeta, pretty much your flagship characters, fighting each other. But at the same time, they transforming as they're fighting. And it's like, okay, this is Budokai.
Yeah.
This is Budokai.
Budokai, right.
But it's that last screenshot, though. It's that one where it showed all the blank spaces for characters, and it looks like it's going to be over 150 characters.
Yeah, and this new game, it's gonna be crazy. It's like 24. Like I think they teased 24, right? Yeah. And all of their alternates, right? So that's like Goku from base Goku all the way up to Super Saiyan God Goku.
Yeah.
And they even introduced the apes back, which I think they got away from the apes in Tenkaichi 3, wasn't it?
Yeah, well, I think you could do everything in there. I think everybody confused with everybody. Like you confuse like random characters together, and then you had your thing. If I remember correctly.
In 3?
I think in 3 you could just like fuse people. But I don't think the ape form never went away though. Or the giant form never went away.
The great apes never went away?
I don't think it ever went away. Yeah.
Well, yeah, they got those to include like all the apes, the ape versions of Goku and Raditz and all of them.
Man, boy.
It's crazy. I love Janemba. Janemba Final Form Janemba is my guy.
Final Form Janemba for the wow.
I'm nice with him, bro. I'm nice. But like it's the mechanics of this game for real of Tenkaichi series. It's the mechanics of Tenkaichi that I love. Like Xenoverse, like there's mad shit you can do with Xenoverse, right? Especially if you're on the PC, like you can mod the dog shit out of it. And like you can get anybody.
Yeah.
Like, and that's cool. But I always thought that the mechanics were weird. Like in clunky. Yeah. I didn't like it. You know what I mean? But I always liked the Tenkaichi mechanics best, in my opinion. And I hated Xenoverse.
You know what? When I had Xenoverse 2, and I used to play that thing religiously. I played it to a certain point, right? And then I quickly realized, like, everybody gonna choose Saiyan. You know what I'm saying? You had that, the Meki, you had like the Frieza type character. Everybody's gonna pick Saiyan. It's like the percentage is lopsided like crazy. So, because Saiyans can do the most shit. You got the coolest transformations. You got all this other extra stuff. Like, I wanted to be a Namek, but I was like, how is this going to feel for me out here in the Dragon Ball verse? Like, let me go get this Saiyan real quick, because I need to transform to Super Saiyan 3 or 4 when need be, just in case. And then
smash real quick, right?
Easily. So then I all of a sudden it just stopped. I just stopped. But it did remind me of Budokai a little bit. But the fact that you can create your own characters, that was actually pretty dope too. So when Dragon Ball Fighters came out, I'm like, this is the fighting game I was really craving for, because I always wanted a 2D fight game.
I was just gonna bring that up. I love Fighters.
Fighters is that jam, but a good 2D fight game. Because I mean, Dragon Ball had some trash 2D fighters. Ultimate. You remember them mofos gave us Ultimate?
I did.
You remember they gave us Ultimate Battle 22, where Dragon Ball Z Legends was just sitting out there?
That was tragic,
bro.
That was absolutely tragic.
You gave us the.
I don't even think I played it.
I did. I played Ultimate Battle 22. What was funny?
People sleep on the mobile games though. The mobile Dragon Ball games.
Oh, the card is it the card game? That what you talking about?
That one is fire.
Yeah,
but like even Dokkan Battle is fire too.
Yeah.
But the thing is, with the Dokkan, like, there's crazy paywalls and shit like that. Like, I guess both of them are like that, to be honest.
Yeah.
But the card one is dope. I forget what that one is called, but the mobile games are fire.
Yeah, I mean, I haven't heard a single complaint about Dokkan or any other Dragon Ball mobile games. I don't have them on my phone, but I haven't heard like anything negative in regards to those. And I mean, quite frankly, like they got a rollback netcode now for Dragon Ball FighterZ, so that's awesome. But now since this announcement of Sparking Zero, it's like, all right, now we get back to coming back to form. They gave us that 2D fighter. They satisfied our palate, but now they're gonna give us some dessert over here. And now I guess they're gonna drop like more characters as it go along. I mean, it would be dope if they give us all the characters at once. Yeah. But it's by Bandai Namco, right?
Yeah. I think they're all gonna be free. I think they're all gonna be free. Yeah. I don't think they're gonna do any kind of like DLC that you'll have to pay for.
Yeah. So like with Bandai Namco, what they're doing it right, man. Like Tekken 8, bro. Like,
I can't even tell you the last time I played Tekken, bro. You know what it is? Hold on. And I know you told me before, like it's different now. Like it's to the point now where it's like very user friendly. But there was a point where like if you weren't playing Tekken from the beginning, like you weren't competitive, bro. Yes, you will get drug all over the place. And I'm not about to do that shit to myself, bro. I'm not about to do that shit and harm my own psyche over Tekken, bro. Because I thought I was nice at fighters.
Right.
And I would go online and get dog walk, as you say, and get the brakes beat off of me, and it was humiliating, bro. And I was like, I'm just gonna go over here and practice. But it was like, it's crazy. So I'm glad that you said that. But Tekken was like just a game that after like Tekken 3, I just like I fell off.
Tekken 3 was like top tier for sure. Like Tekken 3 is definitely, a lot of people love Tekken 3. I was more of a Tekken 2. I love the music in Tekken 2. When I hear it, I immediately go back to a time and place, something. Now, with Bandai Namco, what they got with Tekken 8 and I'm looking for them to do with Dragon Ball Sparking Zero is make it feature rich. Like they got Tekken Ball in Tekken 8. They have the story mode, which is not very long, but it's very cinematic. And it's focused on one character. You got arcade quests where you create your own little avatar and you go to like these arcades and you play your character and you play a little story where you work your way up in the ranks in the FGC and eventually fight this person. And as you're playing, you learning the game. You're learning how to play against certain characters. Like they got like ghost fighting, so you can actually practice against that ghost of that said character to know their tendencies and whatever the case may be. So it's like every avenue for you to go through. And online, you can take your avatar and go somewhere online and go sit down in an arcade cabinet and watch some other people play. It's nuts.
That is cool. And that was something that you were able to do in Fighters too, is just go in there. You could just watch people, just spectate, watch people run it. And it was fun, especially when you're watching people who was like for real nice. I could sit there and watch people just really go hard in Fighters. Tekken 2, like I love watching all of those. But like I don't think it It would be cool if they came out with a new Soul Calibur though.
You know what? Soul Calibur in this market. Okay, so you got Street Fighter 6 that came out. Like the big three was coming out. Street Fighter 6 came out. MK1 came out. And then Tekken 8 just came out a few days ago. Soul Calibur, I think Soul Calibur do okay.
You don't think they need something new?
They do. They do. They definitely need something new. I mean, I think it's more of like a niche audience because I had Soul Calibur 6. I did play Soul Calibur 6 and I loved it. I really did love Soul Calibur 6. I don't think the audience is as big, but they have to do something different. Like they got to do something. Like MK1, I ain't gonna hold you, bro. It's a shell of itself right now. It is. Like when Tekken 8 dropped, nobody gave a shit about me Mortal Kombat 1. It's like when I tell you when the game first dropped, right? Mm-hmm. At first, like when you was matchmaking, sometime like Tekken 8 was gonna crash. Like it was doing it on PlayStation and on PC, right? Let me tell you, like maybe 15 minutes or so, that problem was gone. It's like the developers like, hey, nah, fix this shit right the fuck now. But MK1 though, they taking a little minute and they nickeling and diming you. Now I don't know how true this is because I haven't done the research on it, but I heard rumors that you got to pay for fatalities, like extra fatalities and shit like that. And you winning on a new character, and you paying for that DLC. But Tekken got all these features already in the game, and only thing you waiting on is a new character or two, or 3 or 4, because it's gonna last for a minute. But MK1 ain't
Let me buy a complete game. Bro, I miss that. I really do miss buying complete games where you can just get it and you can grind everything out. You can get everything that you need, and not everything is behind a fucking paywall, bro. That's so annoying.
Thank you. That's why I think Dragon Ball Z Sparking Zero is going to be that jam, because I think it's gonna be feature rich. I don't know what other modes is gonna be involved in that.
Right. But it looks phenomenal.
Indeed.
The gameplay that looks crazy. I can't wait.
I just need my boy Jason there, man. If Jason's man,
Jace will be in there. Jason will be in there.
That crush
Ultimate
ball,
Gohan. Man. Ultimate Gohan.
Mm-hmm.
Fighting Trunks.
Yeah.
And Janemba. And Kid Buu.
Oh yeah, Kid Buu in there. Like Mr. Satan. You need Spopovich and Yamu from the Buu saga.
Yeah.
All those small characters.
Are you saying those are who you like?
No, I'm just saying I'm just thinking obscure characters out of my head. Like, okay, obviously the entire Ginyu Force, that's in there. Zarbon, Kui, the Daria, add him in there. You know what I'm saying? And
are those who you're most excited to play with?
Yeah, I'm most excited to play with like the Ginyu Force. I really do like the Ginyu Force, man. Even like a Frieza henchman, they was in Budokai. I remember that.
Yeah, they were.
They were in that joint. I mean, they was getting washed, but they was there.
Little Cyberman.
Cyberman was in the joint. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Chao Su was in that joint. Master Roshi. Master Roshi was in that joint, even though he couldn't fly, but they had a unique way for him to get to point A to point B.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And that in itself is dope. So, but yeah, now we sitting on the subject of gaming. Yesterday was PlayStation's State of Play. Boogie, I need your thoughts, bro, because I know I sent you that, and
bro, like, look, like I said earlier, like I don't own a PlayStation 5.
Right.
But I kind of want one now. I kind of want one, because there was some fire in here.
Yeah.
And they're talking about Final Fantasy VII is going to get one of its own afterwards. So I'm crazy excited about that. But Silent Hill 2, I thought was fire. That looked really fun. I miss Silent Hill.
Mm-hmm.
I always wanted to play it again, and to be honest, I don't even know if it's available on Steam or not.
I want to say it is. I want to say Silent Hill is available on Steam.
But like I thought that looked fire. Stellar Blade, I thought looked fire. Stellar Blade is like I guess a mix between like Bayonetta, Devil May Cry kind of thing, and Cyberpunk. You know, like if both of those like had a baby, I guess that would be what Stellar Blade is, and that's a game I would play. That's the type of game I would play. I love those type of games.
Okay.
I love those type of games. V Rising looked fire. To me, Judas, from the BioShock developers. Like, did you like BioShock?
So I got a confession. I never played BioShock.
That's tragic.
I never played BioShock, dog.
Listen, and I wanted to. On Steam, like the whole collection frequently comes out on sale where you can get the whole collection, BioShock, all the way to the last BioShock, the whole bundle for like $30. Okay,
so there's 2 games I really want to knock out, but I got to get this Tekken 8 out my system because I can't concentrate in the wins. I got to get it out my system.
I know what you mean. You know what I
mean? Yeah. BioShock is definitely one of them, and Sleeping Dogs. I never played Sleeping Dogs.
That's crazy.
I never played Sleeping Dogs, but the Definitive Collection is on Steam for like 20 bones. So I might go ahead and knock that out.
Yeah.
God, I love my PC.
BioShock is such a good game, bro.
Yeah.
The whole series is so good. Yes, it's very different.
Yeah.
You'd love it. So
definitely.
Because of that, Judas got me hyped.
Okay.
Judas got me super hyped.
So, like from the beginning, like Stellar Blade, right? It's developed by Shift Up, and it's mostly like combat and exploration. Like they really kind of like try to immerse you into this game by telling you the story or, getting you behind the character. And I put it to you like this. The game looks awesome. I'm not going to spend $70 for it, but I catch it on sale. When it comes on sale. So I've seen games like that similarly.
Yeah.
Like the hack and slash type. And don't get me wrong now. I really do like the concept. And I think most games these days is a little unoriginal. That's why I was kind of excited about Judas, because it's different. You know what I mean? It just feels different.
That's true. That's true.
And stuff, and most things like post-apocalyptic. You're like, oh, this staying in a post-apocalyptic way. I'm like, okay. Like, how many times are you going to use this scenario here? Like, how many times are you going to do this?
That's facts.
You know what I mean? So
that's facts. You've never seen those two mechanics combined, though. You like you've never seen, like, because they have guns, right? They got the hack and slash, right? They got I guess the movement I would compare more to like Bayonetta, Devil May Cry type stuff. But like when it comes to like getting items, when it comes to finding vendors, when it comes to using your healing mechanics and all that, it's like it's kind of similar to BioShock. The way you interact with NPCs, not BioShock, excuse me, but Cyberpunk.
Cyberpunk, yeah.
Cyberpunk. So it's like I think I've never seen those two combined into one game before, and I'm really excited about that. I just wish you could create a character. That would set it over the edge. That would really set it over the edge.
I think so. Like starting back from like Starfield, right? Like Starfield was supposed to be like this unprecedented thing, and I bought Starfield. Don't get me wrong. I got it on Xbox Game Pass. Played it. Became a ranger, and I was done.
Yeah, right.
I was done with it at that point. And I think from a gamer standpoint, we looking for something that just grab our attention, because I feel like when we were growing up, like when PlayStation 1, 2, 3, Xbox coming up, like we had some fire stuff. We had some gems. Like Sleeping Dogs was one. Even though I never played it, but I know it was good. Saints Row, like 1 and 2.
Fable.
I mean, like what's that?
Fable.
Fable.
Remember Fable?
Yeah, Fable was fire. Midnight Club Dub Edition, NBA Street 1 and 2, NFL
NBA Street. Oh my goodness.
Like, we had gems out here. Fight Night. Yes. We had Fight Night out here, bro. It was
Fight Night. You know, it's crazy that you bring that up because I was looking for Fight Night like in the EA store, like trying to find it, and of course you can't find it there. Steam you can't find, but on Steam there is a game that's called Undisputed.
Yes.
And I did get that, and Undisputed is fire. That's a fire game, and it's still under development. So like as it goes on, more fighters will get released. It'll become a more complete game. You'll be able to fight people online, create your character, go through the circuit, and all of that stuff. But I can't wait for that.
That is a
good game. Yeah,
I got that. I got Undisputed, and I can't get enough of it, honestly. I mean, because I put it down, and I made room for some other stuff, and then they put Clarissa Shields in there, and I had the pleasure of watching her fight. A few months ago, me and my lady, we went to because she fought in Detroit, and then she got added to the game, and I was like, I gotta download this game again. But to get your Fight Night fix, ladies and gentlemen, that'll do it right there. Undisputed will definitely do it. You're welcome. You're welcome. But,
not enough people know about that game.
No, because it's PC only, and I think that's really where it's at.
True.
So. If you don't have, a PC, then you don't have access to. I mean, if you got a laptop, you can download. Now, I don't know, your laptop got to be powerful enough to handle it, but there you have it. Now, then this is other game that kind of piqued my interest a little bit, but it didn't show enough, for me to say, hey, I can't wait to get this game. But it did pique my interest, and that's Zenless Zone Zero, like Triple Z.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it caught my attention, man. So it's in development currently, and I know with Stellar Blade that comes out in April 26th this year. It did catch my attention, but I don't know enough about it.
Right.
So it's from what I understand, it's an action role playing game, and the developer is MiHoYo. So that's all we got. And let me tell you something. PlayStation State of Play, it's a roller coaster ride. You might get excited for some shit, and then in the middle, be like, and then they pick you back up again, right?
It's hit or miss.
But some of these games are also multi-platform. So, like Stellar Blade, I want to say that's multi-platform, so you can actually get it on PC. Triple Z, I think that's multi-platform. Now, the next game, though, which I am a Sonic junkie, I'm not even gonna hold you. Sonic Shadows do look tight.
Yes, it does. That shit does look tight. And not for nothing, like I'm never excited about a Sonic game, but once I finally play it, I'm like, bro, this shit is hard, bro. Like I love playing Sonic games, but for some reason, like I just never get behind the hype. But I think this time is worth it. I think if I was ever gonna be a hype, again, I don't have a PlayStation, but like if it was ever gonna be a hype, like that Sonic looks dope.
For the record, like I have PlayStation 4, right? Final Fantasy VII Rebirth will be the reason I get a PlayStation 5. If I don't get no other game, I'm gonna get that Rebirth. I'm gonna get that Final Fantasy VII Rebirth, and I'm gonna be playing that thing religiously. By some miracle, if that thing is on PC, then nah. I'm done.
I mean, Final Fantasy VII made its way there. I mean, the first part made its way to PC.
It did. Eventually, it did. But I kind of want that at first launch, man. I know that comes out this month. I'm gonna have to give up some coins for that PS5 plus that Final Fantasy VII.
You already came to terms with it?
Yeah, I came to terms with it. And I'm gonna have to cop. I'm gonna have to get it.
You got it. Sometimes you got to do it, man.
Sometimes you got to do it, man. But I mean, that's the only reason I would get it. Like, the next game was Foam Stars, which I feel like that's a Splatoon clone. It looks fun.
Not for me.
But some forgive. It do look fun though. I ain't
Yeah.
Now, before all that though, before they put out Stellar Blade, Helldivers 2, man. Tell me what you think about that.
Helldivers. Which one was that? I don't think I remember which one Helldivers was.
So Helldivers 2 was like the very.
That was the first one. That was the first one. Yeah. That was the one that kind of looked like Borderlands a little bit.
Yeah, Starship Troopers.
It's cool.
Yeah.
Not for me.
Really?
Yeah, I don't know. It's like the whole mech thing has never been for me. Like to be honest, I've never been a whole mech kind of. I've never been super hard in the mech, and I was looking at it, and I was like, I don't even think. I thought 100% you were gonna agree with me here. I was like, no, there ain't no way Erskine's gonna like this shit, dog. He's gonna be like, this is trash. So I'm surprised that I'm finna hear a whole different like opinion from you right now.
So Helldivers 2, right? My first reaction when I first saw this game was like, I played it, the homies play it. Now, the mech is an option. You have an option to get inside the mech and do your thing, but you beating feet, like you boots to the ground. You know what I'm saying? But you got different classes. Like the characters are customizable. You can do your thing. Everybody got objectives, and it's not just I'm gonna go shoot this and this and this and this and get to the objective. You got other things you got to do on that said planet as a unit. You know what I'm saying?
But what was that? What was that game that came out like around the time Destiny came out and everybody was all excited about it?
Anthem.
Anthem.
That garbage. That's
garbage. But like the theory behind it was dope.
Yeah.
It was fire. It could have been a great game.
But they fucked up though, because they said it was a Destiny killer. That's where they messed up at, because
they had people comparing it to that, like off.
Yeah, the already, because they were like, "Oh, this is a Destiny killer," yada yada yada. And so, if you hear something like that, okay, if you say that, let me go see what you got. So
right,
and they saw it, it was like, "Nah, this ain't it.
This ain't it.
This ain't it."
I'm scared because like that. I think maybe that's what it is. I think that's got me like paranoid about this game. Now I will say Titanfall was fire.
Yeah. Titanfall
not the same, but I don't know.
But check it though.
Yeah.
So Helldivers, the first one was top down.
Yeah.
So, and that was very successful. So this is like a sequel, but you're doing third person, or like, you know, and you can switch it to like, I wouldn't say first person, but like 1.5 kind of thing. So you kind of like visualizing, seeing everything going on. So it's literally built off the success of the previous game. So, I mean, I don't think it's going to suck. I think the more things that I do see about it, because there's a YouTube channel that says 11 things you need to know about Helldivers 2 before you purchase. And I kind of like look at those and I'm like, all right, cool. And and like you said, Silent Hill short message, PlayStation is very good at doing this. These shadow releases. Oh yeah, by the way, it's out. It's in your PlayStation store, and it's free. By the way, go ahead and cop that right quick.
Yeah.
Since we just showed that to you
on the subject. Yeah.
Go enjoy that and scare the shit out yourself.
No, I love Silent Hill. I've always loved Silent Hill.
You know what's funny? I never was a big...
Way more than Resident Evil.
Really? You are the first. Wow.
Well, yeah. I don't know. There were Resident Evil games that I really, really, really liked.
Yeah.
Like Code Victoria, or Code Veronica. You know what I mean? Like great games, but like there's a lot of them. You know what I mean? And I ain't played them all. But like I don't know, like it started to fall off for a little bit. Just like the story got kind of boring after a while. And Silent Hill, I just feel like just keeps me entertained and keeps me engaged in something new. I don't know.
More scare factors or whatever, that kind of
more
thing.
Scare factors, yeah, that too.
Because this
I guess that is true. Silent Hill's a little bit more story rich, I guess. Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, and it's like it's currently in development right now, so we don't have a release date yet. And this is Silent Hill 2 remake. When I look at the gameplay, because that's all it showed you really, it does remind me of Resident Evil 2 remake. It's about the visuals and like the camera angles and stuff like that. So it kind of reminds me of that, but I think it's gonna be a little bit more to it. Just like you said, like, you know, like more story rich, and you got to really pay attention to what you're doing, and
right,
that survival horror factor, like Dead Space used to be. I think it's like that, but a little bit more grounded, obviously. Then Judas, obviously, that's still in development, and it's in relation to BioShock, like you said. I'm very much intrigued by this game, but I got to play BioShock first. I feel like I got to do BioShock first before I even look at Judas, just to get myself acclimated to the thing. Now, they did have some PlayStation VR, and there was one that kind of stuck out. I don't have a VR, but Metro Awakening, that looked pretty good. That looked pretty dope. I'm not even gonna hold you on that one.
I've never been a fan of well, not that I've never been a fan. I've loved the idea of VR games, but there's never been a VR game that I've seen so far that I'm like, bro, I gotta get a headset and play that game. You know what I'm saying? Not yet, anyway. Yeah. And I think that we're going in that direction, and it's not gonna be long until it's just like, bro, this is next level. You know what I mean? This is bringing VR to like the forefront, because VR gaming is not. It's still kind of niche, you know what I'm saying? It's not competing. Your VR consoles are not competing with these consoles, right? These PS5s, these Xboxes, and these PCs and stuff like that. It's just not as mainstream enough yet. You know, it's too new. So like, and I appreciate the direction that all of these are going in, and I think the concepts are getting better and better and better. But I will say that Metro Awakening definitely has me excited about what's coming in the future. Me personally, there have been really no, like I said earlier, no VR games that I'm just like, bro, I got to play that. You know what I mean?
Yeah, no, yeah. Metro's cool. Like you said, it don't make me want to go out there and buy a VR just to play this joint.
Right.
Like none of the VR games that's shown in the state of play, like,
right.
Cool.
Facts.
Ain't gonna do that. How much is VR these days? Is like what, $800?
Some of them, like the Vive, is up there. The Vive is up there, and then the HP one. I forget what the HP one is called. Yeah. But yeah, they're like anywhere between $800 and like $1,200. And you could get them. You could get them with the cameras that you set up in your room. You know what I'm talking about? And then you could wear like the suit and all of that, and it tracks everything. It's crazy.
Yeah, I'm good on that.
Yeah. I'm just not ready for that yet.
Not quite. Now, the game I was most excited about was Dragon's Dogma 2. That bitch is fire.
Crazy. Yes.
Fire, boy. And it is Capcom, and it comes out March 22nd, 2024. So like in another month. Yeah, we're gonna get that Dragon's Dogma 2, man. That thing looks so awesome, dude. Like graphically,
that's what I was gonna say. Like it is very like visually stimulating. Like it catches your eye right away. The world, the environment, the textures, the people, and like their own artistic, just the way that people look and stuff. The art in it is awesome. Yeah, it's dope, and the gameplay. Now they did show some gameplay, wasn't it?
Yes. Yeah, it was all combat. Gameplay. Yeah, it was all combat. Yeah.
And it was straight fire. Straight combat.
Hey, I'm being a wizard immediately. I'm calling ice walls. I'm calling fucking comets. I'm taking your ass out, bro. That's what I'm doing.
The wizard looks fire. I mean, but it could be, because I don't know what they're gonna do, and I'm sure they're gonna update it and everything. Yeah, as it goes. But they're always gonna be a meta, like at the beginning, right? And then like as time goes, like shit's gonna change. They're gonna buff shit. They're gonna nerf shit. Mm-hmm. But it's
not multiplayer either. It's single player. That which is mind-boggling to me. But according to Capcom, it's like, listen, with what we got in this game, yeah, you're like, you don't need it. Like, you're gonna be so focused on the story, so focused on the characters, you don't need a friend. For this. You're like, you don't need to holler at somebody and get them straight. Even though that would be dope, but I think we are lacking in the single player department because things being more multiplayer, interactive, and stuff like that, and sometimes you lose luster. Like my girlfriend's kid, like he has to play with someone. Like he has to play online. Yeah, because more Fortnite, Call of Duty, whichever.
The social aspect is important, you know. That's important. I have like a community to play with. Because remember, like when we were kids, like we would die to have to be able to play with somebody. You know what I'm saying? Because you could just get online with the Sega Genesis. You'd be like,
not me.
Nah. I'd be like, bro, somebody come over and rock MLB with me, dog. Like, somebody come over and rock Power Stone with me. You know what I mean? Like, I would need my friends to come through, and I'd be begging them, like, yo, come through. I'll bring my shit to your crib, dog. Let's rock this shit.
Yo, check it, though. So, when I was growing up, I grew up in the country, right? So, me and my brother's 11 years apart. So, it was just me and my mom's. So, I was that kid that was a hybrid. Like, I was playing the game and I was outside. But it was just mostly me. And I was playing those single player games on Sega. Now, I did have a neighbor, and sometimes he used to slide through, and, you know, we used to play like X-Men 2 or Street Fighter or whatever. Like, we'd knock it out. But when I got older, I had a need, like, you know what? I'm going to take my system with me to my boy's house, and we're going to rock out on some Marvel vs. Capcom 2. Or, you know, I had a system that no one else had. Like, I had a Dreamcast, but while my boy got a PlayStation 2.
Yes, sir.
You know, it was kind of like that. So, that aspect, because I like single player games, and I like, you know, beating them, like The Last of Us. That, I mean, top tier.
Right. Right.
So, but with Dragon's Dogma, though, it's definitely gonna have my attention. I mean, shit, bro. Like, Final Fantasy VII Rebirth comes out this month. Then you got Dragon's Dogma 2 comes out next month. Like,
of all the games that came out on this presentation, this state of play, to me the biggest takeaways was Judas, Dragon's Dogma, Stellar Blade, and Silent Hill for me. Oh, and Sonic. Sonic is fire. I know I didn't say Helldivers, but hearing you talk about it does make me feel better.
I'm just glad you didn't say Rise of the Ronin, man, because I'm about to flame you, man. I ain't gonna I'm about to flame, dog. When I saw that trailer, no, here's the thing. PlayStation ain't shit for this. First of all,
they have a reputation for that too.
They ain't shit for this. How the hell you put out Dragon's Dogma and says March 22nd, 2024, and then right after that you put Rise of the Ronin out, and guess when it comes out? March 22nd, 2024, and that's a PlayStation exclusive.
You did it to yourself.
Right. You
did it to yourself.
You did it to yourself. How did you do that? And I was like, could you at least put out Rise of the Ronin in the beginning? Like,
yeah.
But even with that, like, Rise of the Ronin is low tier to me because it reminds me of Ghost of Tsushima, and Ghost of Tsushima is the gold standard to me. It's like,
it has a lot to live up to.
Yes, it has a lot to live up to. So, you know, it's like apples and oranges when you got Dogma right before it, and then here we come, like, you can't follow that.
Did you play Sekiro?
Yes, and died a lot. More ways than one.
Did you enjoy that more
than Ghost of Tsushima?
No, well, I'm saying, did you enjoy Ghost of Tsushima more than you enjoyed Sekiro?
Oh, no doubt about it.
No doubt about it.
No doubt about it, man.
The story in Ghost of Tsushima is crazy. It's great all the way around.
Yeah.
The character design, right? Like the bosses, the environment, the music is fire.
Mm-hmm.
The animation, the storytelling, the story is great and based on true events.
Yeah.
It's great.
I mean, it's top tier stuff, man. I mean, half the time I just got lost in the in the area, man. I was just killing off random bandits or doing side quests, doing stories or whatever. And I like that because you're not so hard focused on the main story. There's other side quests out there you can do. Right. And then they brought in online gaming where you can link up with a couple people and do your thing. Mm-hmm. So that part I really did respect about it. Then those one-on-one duels, like you just like, bro, the customization on outfits. Ghost of Tsushima is just awesome. I feel like it pulled out every nook and cranny of graphical power that the PS4 had, and just let it rip on that standpoint. And then Death Stranding 2. I never played Death Stranding. Yeah, but Norman Reedus, hey man, he making that bank. I ain't gonna hold. He making that bank. And then, last but certainly not least, they hit us with a little teaser. Hideo Kojima was like, "Hey, we working on the action espionage game, but we ain't got no footage, so holla at y'all later."
Yeah, yeah, which is cool. Because like, I know you never played Watch Dogs.
Yeah. No. Yes. No. I haven't.
You haven't played Watch Dogs, right? So
I haven't played Watch Dogs.
That's like a cool kind of like espionage-ish kind of game, right? Like reconnaissance-ish kind of game. But like, this sounds dope. I like the thought of something else that are along the lines of like Siphon Filter, because we don't know what it is yet. You know what I'm saying? But if it's something that's like along the lines of Siphon Filter or like Metal Gear Solid or something like that, that's its own different story. That's fresh. You know what I mean? That I would love something high quality, something on that tier. That's something different. That with new mechanics that incorporate things from other games that are successful.
Yeah, I mean, Kojima like revolutionized Metal Gear, man. I mean, Metal Gear was just on point. Metal Gear Solid is still to this day my favorite Metal Gear game. Like this, I mean, PlayStation. I ain't never seen shit like that in my life when it came out on PS1. Like the way it came on, I was like,
I would be disappointed if it's another Metal Gear Solid game.
Well, I think he stepped away, or he was forced to step away. So I think when he said action espionage, it's like unlike something you ever seen.
Okay.
You know, I don't think it's gonna be Metal Gear, even though the fan base want it to be Metal Gear. But if it's something in the same vein to that, because I trust Hideo Kojima, like in Kojima Industries, like this man can do no wrong here.
Facts.
You know what I'm saying? Like he's working on Death Stranding. He got that off the rip. I haven't played Death Stranding or have interest in playing Death Stranding, but I know how story rich it is. And obviously it has a following in order for him to get number 2. But the action espionage in there all day. I'm with it.
Yeah, facts.
All day.
I agree.
So when you said about a PC, I do want me a home PC, gaming PC console. Like it's the only reason I want a PS5 is Final Fantasy VII Rebirth. Yeah,
I know. Like that's the thing. Like, it's cool having a computer, right? Because like you can set it up how you want. You have access to all type of overlays. You have quick access to everything. Like here, I have you over here. I got a monitor over here. I got a monitor over here, and like I can kind of multitask in between all these things. Yeah. And I can game, and it can handle everything. And it's I like it. It's convenient, and Steam be having sales for no reason, bro. Like, oh, like it's Wednesday, we got a sale today. Oh shit, it's 3:00. It's a sale. You know what I mean? Like, oh, you know, so it's cloudy outside, sale. You know, so I love it. I love Steam. Like Steam is an awesome platform.
Yeah.
And like they take care of you. Like Steam support is awesome. And I don't know, like Sony be playing fucking games, bro. Like for the longest, I was like, I'm not giving Sony or Microsoft beyond my computer shit like any more of my money, like in terms of like gaming, you know. I did get Game Pass because like Game Pass is super convenient. So like,
very.
I ain't gonna hold you. So I did get Game Pass, but like I'm not gonna buy an Xbox, especially because I have a computer, and those are like pretty synonymous for the most part. Yeah. But having a PS5 is like Spider-Man 2 Like there's games that I want to play on the PS5 that I can't play, and it sucks, you know. But like I can't justify just going and finding a dedicated space in the house to put a console that like is gonna take up the whole place. You know what I'm saying? Like I like just having the portability of my laptop. I can game where I want, how I want, and it's just more convenient. I just can't see myself ever being locked in to some console bullshit.
Well, I think in this day and age, most things are cross-platform now, and I think between Microsoft, Sony, and you know the PC gamers, it's like, okay, we got to make this happen because
Sony be playing games, bro. They're never gonna let that happen, bro. Like Sony's finally coming around to it little by little, bro. But
little by little.
Stingy, bro.
Hey, listen, Sony like when it comes to consoles, Sony's at the top of the mountain when it comes to consoles, man. It's like
but I feel like everything is always held up. Any kind of like gaming industry progress is always held up by these motherfuckers, bro.
Yeah,
there's always something with them. Dude, we need that's only Sony only, and like we don't play with y'all. Like we don't get along. Fuck all y'all. Sony, fuck all y'all. Yeah. And I'm just like, bro, like just get on board so that way people can just have fun gaming. Like, why can't I play with my friend that's on Xbox? Even when I got PlayStation. PlayStation's my preference.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But why, you know, and I get exclusives, you know, but like aside from exclusives, bro, everything should be cross-platform. Everything.
And I agree because it's not as tribalistic as it was back in the day, like in the 90s.
Nah.
You know, like Super SNES and Sega Genesis, right? You know, you did have some games that was on both platforms, but one had more features than the other, and one looked better on this console than the other.
Right.
And there was some that was exclusive to Super Nintendo, obviously Mario. There's some exclusive to Sega Genesis. Sega was more for a different type of audience than it was Super Nintendo. It was a lot more tribalistic back then. But now I think us as a fandom, it was like gaming, we make it tribalistic, but in reality, the great majority of these games, I like maybe 80% of these games, 85, are on all platforms. Right. You know, other than like Spider-Man, obviously. I mean, if I was Sony, I ain't letting that bitch go.
Right. You know what I'm saying? You gotta keep God of War. Like, there's things that you gotta keep for yourself. You know what I mean? Yeah. And I understand that, and I agree with that. You know, and like, even if they are multiplayer online, like even just keeping that as a PlayStation exclusive, you can only play with PlayStation people who have this game. You know, like I get it.
Yeah.
But like, if it's not that, and I can't play cross-platform with my friends, like I'm instantly annoyed about that shit. Instantly annoyed. Because why not?
Yeah.
Because why not? And I feel like it's just been PlayStation. You know what I mean? That's just like not giving it up. They're not playing well with it.
Nah, they don't play well with others, man.
They don't play well with others.
But yeah, it's slowly they're coming around. They are. But like when they come to that PS5, man, that Final Fantasy VII Rebirth, man, I got to have it. That thing is fire, man. I mean, if I don't get it right away, I'm gonna have to avoid spoilers to no end. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm gonna have to block groups I'm in, everything else in between. Like,
protect yourself, dog.
Protect myself, but like protect my mental. Yeah. I gotta protect my neck.
Protect your neck, yes.
So, but yeah, to the listeners, man, I hope you guys enjoy our first Nerd Talk Live, man. We will be back next Thursday at 7 p.m. to talk about the latest and greatest of the week when it comes to geekdom. Remember, go ahead and like and subscribe and hit that notification bell to get all of the notifications, because Monday we got another live show between myself and Vivo, because we're going to be covering Solo Leveling episode 5, if I'm not mistaken. So be on the lookout for that. So until next time, y'all. Peace.
Bye, guys. Later.
Hey. Next to rock like Mick Foley. It's Nick Joby, kill him softly, play that shit slowly. On the keys like Tony, throwing subs, they get toasted. About my bread like a hoagie. This beat ice cold, look how I ride this Zamboni. I feel like old Tiny, good anywhere you throw me. She eat a Chobani, cause her body getting bony. Late night, heavy scrolling, vape light, heavy smoking. We got our healthy habits, we been already growing. It's like we drowning in them.